Hello everyone, this is Christoph with Dusty Trails 4x4 talking to you from the ranch that's in process. I just a few minutes ago finished stocking up a bunch of 55-gallon barrels to try to, I don't know, figure out a way to have stored water up near the house with pressure. Anyway, this thing I'm showing you right here is a very primitive pack frame with a bedroll tied to it. Now you may look at it and go, that's not a pack frame. Actually, it is. So I have a rope here tied to the top, and it's long enough that I can string it across my shoulder or down across my shoulders to this bottom rung, which I kind of do a loop around and then around the waist and tie it. And this thing works as well as any modern pack frame you've ever seen. It works just fine. Now, I've been talking to my uncle and my cousin about this bedroll I'd come up with. Unfortunately, the bedroll I came up with is now, what's that? What's that? Nutmeg. It's now part of this bed right here. Oh, it's up here somewhere. Anyway, I can feel it. There it is. It's right there. And it's be a pain in the butt to probably pull it out. But I have this small one here that does not have the faux fur attached to it. And as you can see, I have it tied together. Now the idea is to have some binding, some ties that you can hang other stuff off of, which these work just fine. These are jute ties, and cheap, easy, easily replaceable. I can even use them for making fires if I had to, because jute burns really well. You just have to mash it up a little bit. That's that. Now you may be thinking to yourself, wait, what's that? Is that paracord? Well, actually it is. See, now it comes off the backing, and I can put this over here and just kind of kick it aside. But I have lots of more jute twine ready and willing to be used for whatever ties I may need. Okay, so here's my roll. Now, I didn't do it the smart way. I did it the secure way. The smart way, there's a kind of a bird's eye knot that you zip it on and holds it fairly sturdy, but it's easy to get off. Now here is the bedroll. Cinnamon, move, move. Now the idea is when you're preparing, see the army blanket here and the Mexican wool blanket right here. So the idea is that when you're preparing to do a long trek through the mountains or whatever, you would actually put an extra layer of like a shirt, sweater, underwear, socks, pants, another layer of clothes right there, along with whatever else you need, like allergy pills, or first aid kit would be out and tied to the outside or stuck in a bag. But this would contain all your little bits and bobs that you need for incidentals, including like toothbrush or whatever. So as you can see, I turned it and rolled it up. You roll it up, Now this is not quilted like the other one, but I do have two layers. One's the military gray, and then this one, guaranteed to keep you good and cozy on a chilly spring night out in the mountains. Now, I was also talking about a oilskin that I made using a sheet, some paraffin, and mineral spirit to keep the paraffin soft. That's right here. Now, this is the oilskin. It's a standard linen king size sheet that's been saturated in paraffin and mineral oil. And it's waterproof, it's light, and it's reasonably flame retardant. And again, I have a lot of ties to go with it, so I can tie it to a frame that you put together from branches you find here and there, and you make a nice little lean-to. The idea is to have a layer on the bottom and then up in forming a triangle, and that way you're not wet on the ground, and you have that lean-to shelter. Keeping the acorns and whatever from hitting you in the head or any incidental rain. Now, the biggest deal for the lean-to shelter is that you aim it, the open edge or the open wall of the triangle, you aim it towards the fire, and you usually stay between 6 and 10 feet from whatever fire you make. And the idea is that the radiant heat from the fire will bounce around inside of your little partial triangle, and it'll help keep you warm. And I can tell you from personal experience that yes, it does work. It does help trap the heat in the area that you're sleeping in, and does keep you warm. Now, you got to be smart. You can't be, oh, this works no matter what. I'm gonna put my tent down where the wind blows the hardest. Yeah, you idiot. No, you got to be smart about these things. Make sure you're using, trees or whatever land cover you have to get as much windbreak as possible. And you just got to be smart about where you put your little lean-to and your bedroll. But this is it. Here's my tarp, which is a waterproof linen sheet. You can even see the extra wax crystallizing on it, which is fine. As long as there's no parts that are unsaturated, it's all good. And then you have the bedroll, which works. And you have ties for everything you might need. Your pack frame to tie everything to. And you're good to go. There you go. That is my video on basic bushcraft stuff. I also suggest that you carry a pocket knife, maybe a hatchet if you can. It's like, where's my pocket knife? Oh yeah, here it is. It's like I always have this in my pocket. I also recommend some method of fire starting. Doesn't really matter what. It could be a ferro rod, it could be a lighter, could be a pack of matches. But you think, what if it rains? I can't use the matches. Oh no, worst case scenario, what if I slip and fall in the stream and my lighter won't light? Well, you can actually dry it off and get it to work. But a ferro rod will always work no matter what. So get yourself a little ferro rod, and if everything else fails, you can always use that. So, by the way, these are great knives. They're not that expensive. They're available pretty much on Amazon also. This is how you lock it. Now it's locked. That's how you unlock it. And this is how you lock it again to keep it from opening up. Good to go. And it's a beautiful little knife, and it works. It's very sharp, and it always works. All right, there you go. That's my speech, and I'm sticking to it. See you all later. I apologize for the break in the video, but I needed a little help getting it all. I wrapped it all up like a fancy little burrito. See, tied it up to my fancy schmancy uber basic pack frame, and now I can carry this up and down hill and dale and not worry about rain getting my clothes or equipment wet or things falling out the bottom, because it's all trussed up like a burrito. There you go. Thank you, Lorraine, for your assistance. Thank you, dogs, for not getting in my way. And that's it. There is...
Where is the other two dogs?
Oh, who knows? There is one ground level basic bushcrafting pack frame, bedroll, and waterproof tarp. Thank you. Have a good evening, or a good day, or good night. Goodbye.